Lesson number 2, form and shape. What I'm going to take you through today is basic shapes and basic form and getting perception. What I'll show you first is some basic shapes. Now with these basic shapes we can create different objects, and I'll show you how we do that. For instance, take a person. Now a person, if you take your shapes, they'll have a head, they'll have a torso, they'll have another torso, legs, arms, hands, arms, feet. They all play their role, and you can build up things. Now this is very basic. I will go into using these in a more 3D way, but currently at the moment I just want to show you that all objects, no matter how complex they are, they will contain very basic shapes. So you can make the most complex drawing and make something that looks like that by using the shapes. For instance, let's take into account the head, a circle, we've got circle for the shoulder, circle for the shoulder, rectangles for the arms. You'll have a circle for the shoulder there, rectangles or trapeziums, which are those shapes, got a little taper to them, and as you can see with this arm it tapers in like a trapezium. Circle for the joint of the elbow, and another trapezium shape for the wrist. And then as you can see further back we've got sort of circle shapes making up the back. This would have been constructed like that by putting in the basic shapes, then putting the lines around. Okay, now we've explained that all objects can be created by basic shapes. Let's go on to something a little bit more complex on this same idea. Right, let's take it to more of a 3D sort of thing. Now, if I want to create just for instance, a woman, right? A woman laying down. Now, no, instead of that, we'll do a cartoon character. Okay. Now, we want to make a cartoon character that's showing movement to really, so I can really show you how these shapes work. So, for instance, let's think about a ballerina, and let's make this ballerina a hippo. Now, if you see what I'm doing here, all I'm doing is creating some shapes. First off for the body, then do a trapezium shape there. Let me move in a little bit closer so you can see. Trapezium shape there. You noticed that this leg and this leg, the shapes what I'm doing, they're matching, because obviously you're not going to have one leg that's bigger than the other. I'll explain what I did there, right? I'm looking at the shape, and I'm looking, it doesn't look quite right. It looks like that she might be off balance or something like that. So what I've done, I've made an adjustment. Now, quite clearly you can do that. You don't necessarily have to always stick to your original idea. See, I'm already thinking that her body needs to be slightly bigger. And so that's what I'm doing. Right. As you can see now, we're getting more of a action sort of move going on here. Now, this is going to be your base, right? This is going to be your template that you're going to work off. This is the action that you want to perform, right? And then over the top of this, you would interlace the drawing. You would put over the top more definite lines to what you'd actually want, and more to the shape that you'd want. This is only a guideline. We could go on to 3D, but that's a little bit more complex, and what I'll do that in a later lesson. But at the moment, what you've got is the idea that shapes make people, make objects, make action as well. And they can build the most complex of shapes. Okay.